Hi there, Ed Merrison here from CellarHand. I'm here with Tim Shand of Punt Road. He's very kindly opening a bottle of sparkling wine for us. We're just standing here in the beautiful Yarra Valley at Punt Road's home in Coldstream, just in front of a block of Pinot Noir that will be going to Airlie Bank Pinot Noir in the future. And the one we're looking at here is Airlie Bank. Just grab that and show it in. The Yarra Cuvée sparkling wine. So Tim, just tell us first, actually, I love the label for this wine. I think it is a bit of a party fizz in a way, Chardonnay Pinot Noir blend, with a beautiful, bright, vibrant label, ready for spring. What was the genesis of the label?
I think it was a reaction to just how conservative and old-fashioned sparkling wine labels both Australian and Champenoise are.
Yeah, right. Because it's supposed to be fun, and
it's supposed to be fun. But then, of course, when you tell the designer the brief is fun, they can go off on pretty ordinary tangents as well. So it's very much you still need to have a label of detail, and there still has to be a real sense of pedigree, and it needs to be a quality piece of work as well. And it's very easy to fall off the fun bandwagon, and it gets pretty cheesy. Yes. So a very challenging brief. You know, maintain the class and the pedigree, but yes, add some fun. Add the fact that it's a celebratory drink.
Yeah. So as I said, this is it. This is the label again. It's the non-vintage Yarra Cuvée. So this is a blend, roughly what, 80% Chardonnay always, around 20% Pinot Noir. Apparently a secret little dash of Meunier in there.
Yeah, a little bit of Meunier.
Now it's a really clever drink, this, to my mind, because it's great value. It's glorious as it's supposed to be, sort of party fizz, but also much more than that. Tell us about what you're trying to do when you put together this wine.
Well, yeah, it's the CellarHand house fizz. It's the CellarHand fizz by the pour. Which means that it has to be quite serious in its way. That, you know, the fun is on the packaging, but the making is you know, fair dinkum, serious sparkling. You know, there's a lovely natural acidity there. There's some age from a 5-6 year Solera system in tank, replenishing fresh each harvest, keeping a malolactic fermentation almost constantly underway. Lots of lees time, a relatively light dosage. And then bottling regularly so that we get a little bit of time under cork, natural cork. I think it's actually quite important to be under natural cork for sparkling. 3 or 4 months under cork before release, and then, you know, 2 releases a year of the non-vintage product.
And not many people know this. Tim's actually a WA boy, but cut his teeth pretty much for working for Hardy's, making sparkling wine here in the Yarra Valley, in no small proportions back in those days as well.
Yeah, like people forget quite quickly, the Yarra was the engine room of Australian sparkling before Tasmania, for cool climate anyway, and still is. I mean, obviously vineyards that were planted for Hardy's and Ed Carr in sparkling are now producing, you know, world-class Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, but I think there's a lot of respect for Yarra sparkling. I think it's a little more linear. Obviously it's a little tighter than Tassie. It doesn't get the richness, but obviously the sort of pedigree and the DNA of Yarra Chardonnay is going to serve you well in Chardonnay, in sparkling, sorry, with that acidity, natural acidity and citrus flavour. Yeah,
and to me, this is kind of the, really, again, it really nails the brief of having enough complexity. There's sort of, you know, there are some leesy, I suppose, brioche toasty notes there.
Yep.
There is, you know, coming from the Chardonnay, definitely some sort of zingy, appley, lemony stuff going on. There's possibly a little bit of pink fruit plumpness. I don't know if I'm saying that because I know it's there. But, you know, I guess that's what you're looking for. Something that's not going to hold you back from, you know, just going through this at any kind of event, but at the same time enough to keep you interested in going back for more.
That's right. There has to be 3 or 4 glasses in it. It's nothing more disappointing than a 1 glass sparkling, is there?
No.
And yeah, the finish on it is just so exuberant and sort of mouth-watering. Yeah, I think that 2nd or 3rd glass wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, and dry to the taste, and also with a really fine mousse as well.
Yeah, interesting, and I think that's from that time on lees. You know, we're getting all that secondary character, the really textural, like you said, you know, almost like a yogurty mouthfeel.
Yeah.
And then that responds well with the secondary ferment, obviously.
Yeah, so that's it. The non-vintage Yarra Cuvée from Airlie Bank, cracking wine for pouring this spring or any time. Thanks a lot, Tim. Cheers.
Cheers there.